This podcast is a proud member of the UUOP network.
This is episode 644 of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast for January 7th, 2025, and it is 135 days until Epic Universe opens. Hey everybody, I am Chris, your host for today, and I'm here with Tracy, Michelle, and Lee, my lovely co-hosts, and we got a hell of a show for you today. Why? That's the first one of the year. That's like fresh. But anyway, before we get into that, UUOP is brought to you by the Producers Club. Join today and get bonus episodes, chance to be guest host, be part of our awesome Facebook community, and more. Head over to uUOP.supercast.com to subscribe. Shameless plug. Well, speaking of Producers Club, Tracy, would you like to give some belated birthdays?
Absolutely.
As well as now birthdays.
As well as now ones. I think I can do that. Okay, we'll start off with the belated birthdays. And we're going to start with Bradley Waldrop, whose birthday was on January the 3rd. Happy birthday, Bradley!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
He's a new member who joined on the 2nd, but obviously we did
just
all the ones wrapped up from before, so never made the cut on the last one. Obviously, it's since then, that one. Yeah.
Okay,
Well, we're getting a lot of new ones, which is nice.
We are,
yes. We are. And on January the 5th, it is Katie Moose's birthday. Happy birthday, Katie!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Katie.
Now, Katie might have got a double birthday because I don't know whether I put her in the ones before we went away, so I'll put her in just to make sure.
Never mind.
No, that's good. She gets a double birthday.
I'd rather two than none.
Yes, I wasn't
That's
sure
true.
because we did a crap ton before we went away, so I don't know whether I did this far ahead.
The name's familiar, but that could be because I've seen the name online. So
Well, she just owes you 2 pieces of cake then.
Hey, we can deal with that. And moving on to birthdays that are coming. We are starting with Chris Screws on January the 7th. Happy birthday, Chris!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Feliz cumpleaños, Cult of Chris.
And on the 8th, it's Dana Bryant's birthday. Happy birthday, Dana!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Dana.
That'll do it for now.
It is for now. There's a lot more to come.
I'm sure.
Wonderful. It's kind of nice watching our little family grow.
It is.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
It is nice.
It is.
All right. Well, let's jump into it with Little Things with Seth.
Hi, this is Seth Kaburski from the Unofficial Guides. I hope you missed me because it's a brand new year, and I've got a whole lot of little things that are new around the Universal Orlando Resort to talk about. I'll start out with some good news. If you are a member of the United States military, you may be able to purchase a 2025 Freedom Pass, which is now available for $210 or an extra $35 if you want to add on Volcano Bay, which will get you into the parks on almost every day for the rest of the year. But I've got some bad news if you are in the United Kingdom. It seems that Universal's website is still broken for visitors from the UK. If you want to purchase a ticket from Universal, you may want to use a virtual private network or VPN and sign in as if you're in Bermuda. Thank you to Lee for that tip. There's not much that's new in City Walk other than continued construction on the facade of the expansion of the Universal Studios store. So let's head straight on into Universal Studios Florida. We'll begin right near the front of the park, and if you are still miffed that Hello Kitty got evicted from their shop for the Wicked experience, you'll be happy to know that Hello Kitty has been spotted doing meet and greets occasionally near the park's exit. Right next to that Wicked experience, the Brown Derby store has been open recently from 7 a.m. until 4 p.m., exclusively for Universal Orlando team members and annual pass holders,
and 1%.
With some closeout merchandise at prices that are up to 70% off. That store should continue to open through January 31st. And if you're in the park between January 6th and 10th, you'll spot a photo op for the new movie Dog Man in the Hollywood area. Moving further into the park, the Hogwarts Express is going to be closed for a brief maintenance from January 28th through the 1st of February. And sadly, Fast and the Furious is not closed, but it has been shutting down for the day as early as 7 p.m., even when the park was packed for the holiday season. So that doesn't sound good for the ride's long-term existence. On the opposite end of the park, the London restrooms outside of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Diagon Alley have closed for a refurbishment. And the Coca-Cola kiosk outside Men in Black has reopened. The alien figure and former touchscreens are long gone, and now are new touchscreen video displays that let you mix the sound that is playing inside the kiosk. There are a couple different genres of music to pick from, and you can control the volume and the instrumentation by pressing various buttons and sliders on a screen. In the center of the park, the Cinesational show has sadly paused the use of its drones. That's related to a tragic drone accident that happened in downtown Orlando over the holidays in a show that is conducted by the same company that provides the drones to Universal. Hopefully, they will finish that investigation and be able to return the drones soon. And it is never too early to start talking about Mardi Gras, which will be just around the corner. If you're a Universal Orlando annual pass holder and you want to try to get a Mardi Gras float reservation, those are going to open up on January 16th, and they are sure to go fast. If you're unable to get one of those free float riding reservations, you can always purchase one. They've added some new restaurants to the list, and those are available for $89.99. Okay, let's head on over to Islands of Adventure, where right off the bat, there's been some big little changes right at the park entrance. First of all, they're no longer doing ticket sales in the actual ticket booths. Ticket sales have now moved over to the far left where they used to do group sales. Next, we've now got a permanent Universal Orlando annual pass holder entrance at the far left of IOA. That'll be great for annual pass holders to use from early entry through noon every day, and it will last at least until the end of this year. Finally, if you are at Islands of Adventure over the next 2 weeks, you may notice they are doing a test, a new procedure for early park admission. Used to be that all guests were allowed into the park at the beginning of EPA, but they were only separated out the ones eligible for early entry at the end of port of entry. Now they're going to be having separate queues outside of the park for early admission guests and regular guests, and only guests who are hotel guests or annual pass holders with early park admission will be allowed in when the gates first open. We'll have to see if this makes things any more or less chaotic when rushing to Hagrid's in the morning. All right, heading into the park, I've noticed that in port of entry, a lot of the themed vehicles have been disappearing lately, hopefully for refurbishments, and I am praying that they will all return eventually. Over in Marvel Superhero Island, I noticed at the Marvel restroom heading into Toon Lagoon, there's now a PharmaBox vending machine. This is like a little automated pharmacy where you can get aspirin or other over-the-counter medications without having to head to first aid. Speaking of Toon Lagoon, Ripsaw Falls reopened in time for the holiday crowds, which means that Jurassic Park River Adventure will be getting its annual refurbishment starting January 6th and will be closed through the 23rd. And then it will be Popeye's turn for a refurb from February through March. If you are missing those Halloween Horror Nights pizza skulls, good news, they are now available full-time at the mess tent outside of the Skull Island Reign of Kong attraction. And next door in Jurassic Park, the Pteranodon Flyers have been closed since last April, but it looks like they are testing now and should be reopening by the beginning of February.
Woohoo!
I headed into the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Hogsmeade during the height of the Christmas season, and that area was as mobbed as I have ever seen it. Wait times for Hagrid's hit 170 minutes during the day I was there. But strangely enough, even though the area was completely packed, there was a very short wait for Ollivanders. I only waited one show. If you are a fan of the Leaky Cauldron's vegan mushroom pie, I'm sorry to say it's gone, but I've got to say that I actually prefer the vegan shepherd's pie that has taken its place. And the Christmas at Hogwarts Castle show has completed its run for the year, which means that the Hogwarts Always show is back and running now. Out in the Lost Continent, the Halloween Boutique has now become a Christmas tree graveyard, but will soon be transformed into something themed to Mardi Gras. And if you're looking for something to eat on the lighter side, Doc Sugre's Kebab House is now offering a Greek salad, which you can get topped with a beef, chicken, or vegan kebab. Finally, over in Seuss Landing, the Green Eggs and Ham restaurant always seems to have trouble keeping a hold of its sign. It is once again missing, hopefully just for a refurbishment, and it will be reinstalled yet again. I don't want to forget about Universal's third theme park over in Volcano Bay. The Ono Drop Slide and Puka Uli Lagoon are both now closed for refurbishment through February 13th. And the entire park is likely to be closed on many days over the next week or so. If high temperatures are not expected to break 70 degrees, don't plan on visiting the water park because it is likely to stay shut. We're going to wrap it up with some quick hotel notes. Over at the Portofino Bay Hotel, the Starbucks on the waterfront promenade has closed and turned into a cafe espresso, but they still serve Starbucks coffee. And the Mandara Spa has also sadly closed with very little notice. Hopefully that will be taken over by another third-party provider. Finally, the Stella Nova Hotel near Epic Universe is opening very soon, and I am going to be getting a media preview on January 16th. So if you want a sneak peek inside the brand new hotel, be sure to follow me on socials. All right, that's going to wrap it up for this edition. As always, you can find me at S. Kuberski and The Unofficial Guides. And you can pick up copies of The Unofficial Guide to Universal Orlando 2025 edition at theunofficialguides.com. Until next time, I'm Seth Kuberski, keeping an eye on all those little things for you.
Thank you, Seth. I'm going to say that was Lottle Things. That was not Little Things.
That's the longest one ever. I've heard that the Mandara Spa has closed to make way for the Portkey Vacations headquarters. I heard that's going in at the Portofino Bay.
That would be fabulous, actually.
I got excited hearing that Starbucks was closed, but then I realized it's Portofino. I'll never see
it. What's the point of closing that if they're still serving Starbucks coffee, I guess?
It did seem weird.
To trick people
Starbucks
to buy
doesn't
Starbucks
wanna,
coffee.
Maybe.
Well, I guess Starbucks doesn't want to manage it.
Maybe.
But I mean, he said they're still serving Starbucks, so I'm sure they have the espresso machine and everything, so...
It seems weird.
They need to get the same stuff in the Serving Today cafe.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're quite well aware of that Brown Derby sale, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Aren't we, Michelle?
We are, and that has me wondering, like, are they adding new stuff to it all the time?
So I've had a quick look at some photos that people have been posting in like the pass holder groups and stuff, and from what I saw, that I haven't seen a lot of stuff that's different from when we were in there. So there's like the Diagon Alley Loungefly that Tracy got. There's still a crap ton of them in there, so I don't know how many of them they had in the first place.
Gotcha.
Because at $16 a piece, they've got to be flying off the shelf.
Have to be.
Yeah. Loungefly? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can put an employee discount on that.
No.
Oh, you asked?
It's for pass holders and team members, so I wouldn't have thought so.
Yeah. I asked about the AP discount being on top of that, and
No.
it was no.
They'd be like, are you kidding? You're getting 70% off already.
I mean, at the time, during the holidays, team members were getting 50% off. So 50% plus 70. I mean, you're basically getting money back at that point.
If they were going to do it, they'd give whatever the price is with a 70% off, and then you get 50% off what's left. I bet they wouldn't give you it all together. If they were going to give you it, that is.
Well, they couldn't do that because they would pay you 20% back.
No, I'm saying
exactly.
So like your lounge flight should have been this much. With 70% off, it was 16. Then you get your employee discount off, would have made it 8.
Yeah.
And pass holder discount.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's.
But
yeah.
No, they don't stack discounts.
No. I will be honest. I didn't hear anything Seth said past the Hello Kitty because he used the word miffed. And I loved it. And I didn't hear anything else. I've just been smiling the whole time at Seth saying miffed. That was brilliant.
What is miffed?
Like annoyed.
Yeah. Upset.
Okay.
Yeah. Miffed. I love that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people weren't expecting Fast and Furious to reopen after Horror Night, but it's still there and we rode it.
Yeah.
Best one of our highest liked social media posts of all time is the picture I took of me and Tracy on the front of it with her face of just like, ugh.
Do you know, I'm getting a reputation for not actually liking anything in the parks.
Do you know what?
Resting Tracy face.
So I'm going to hot take after riding it again.
Your favorite ride?
I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
Of course not.
It's not that bad.
It's because it was just the two of us went on. There wasn't anybody else around to.
It's not that bad.
To talk sense to it. I couldn't be bothered.
It isn't bad. It isn't. It's not absolutely terrible.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Name something worse.
Waste of time.
I disagree. I enjoyed it.
I'm just going to push him under a bus or something.
We waited for quite a while.
Push him under a party bus. Oh dear.
Speaking of rides, Pterodon Flyers coming back. What up?
Yeah, Pteranodon Flyers.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
They knew.
So I'm not going to say that I had Lucas strictly for this, but it was a big influence on having a child.
They must have known as well. It's like,
that's sad.
We're going to close it, and then, oh no, Chris and Alexa have had a baby. No, we can't possibly close it now.
Yeah, that's exactly how it went.
Like, why did it need to be closed so long? It looks like they didn't do anything to it.
They haven't said anything either.
New pteranodons.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Then they haven't said any. They didn't even say it closed. They never officially announced, oh, it's closing. It just closed, and then they haven't officially said it's reopening either. Very strange.
I had high hopes that they were going to extend the track and make it like go over all of Jurassic Park and make it like an adult ride.
I can tell you now they ain't spending that money on any of those. They aren't spending that much money on either of those two parks for at least a year.
Yeah.
Oh, raise butterbeer prices then.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, they'll be saving money on drones now. That's such a shame. Did you guys see that drone accident down at Lake Eola?
Yeah.
The video. That's
crazy.
Terrible.
Yeah.
And I don't blame. I don't think it was a surprise that Universal dragged them out of Sensational.
Absolutely the right thing to do.
I mean, definitely my brain goes to, foul play, right? Like that's what I think the first thing you want to look at is, did something happen with those drones where they hacked? Did somebody do anything to cause something like that to happen? Well, so that's why I would see it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even the most serious thing out of that was one of the kids that was watching it had to have heart surgery.
Yeah.
Which is just terrible. I even saw, some videos the mom had posted up, broke my heart.
Yeah. It's awful, isn't it?
Not great words to use, but you know what I mean? It was terrible. Terrible.
Yeah. I don't remember where I read it because obviously it's been a while since all of this happened. But apparently the drones were over the people and not over the water as they should have been.
Which is really interesting.
Which is crazy.
Right, because I'm going to plug them, but episode 132 of the Universal Family, they actually interviewed the owner of the company that supplied the drones for Sensational and that one down there. And it's interesting to hear him talk because they recorded that interview before the accident happened, and he talked about like where the drones were at Universal, and he said we never put them over people, we always put them over buildings or water. So it was really strange. Something's gone awry there for sure.
I'm sure there's going to be a very thorough investigation into it.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think that's why they took them out of Universal's. I think that they it was court ordered for them to cease.
Oh really?
That's what that would be my assumption.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, like all these shows have to go through FAA approval.
Okay,
and I think it's the FAA who was the one that said like, "Hey, cut this down for right now until we run this investigation and figure out what's going on." Which, again, I think is the right move to do because safety of the people there, I think, is priority. Then entertainment is next.
Such a strange weird going on, isn't it? I mean, because it's such a shame as well, because obviously we saw Sensational three times. Twice with and once without drones, and it loses a lot without those drones.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure once everything.
I mean, it wouldn't be as good to me at all without the drones.
It's not. Yeah. It isn't.
And it's funny because the drones aren't even like mind blowing, right? Like they're such a fantastic accent to what is going on in storytelling during Sensational, but they're not like moving very fast. They're not doing a bunch of moves.
Yeah,
but the lack of them being there just really brings down the show overall. It's crazy.
Because we actually saw it with some people who that was their first time seeing it. And I'm like, we actually bumped into Mike Aiello and Summer Aiello that night, and he got he was bringing his family that was the first time they were seeing it. And he was like, someone's just messaged me and said the drones aren't going to be out tonight. And it was a windy night as well, so even the water screens were a bit ropey as well. So it definitely loses a lot, I think, without those drones. Those drones are the icing on the cake for sure. They're so much better in person than on videos as well.
100%.
I'm sure following following all the investigation, they'll be back.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, as a little side story, did anybody see the, obviously speaking of drones right now, did anybody see the New Year's Eve Chinese drone show?
Is that the one you were watching, Tracy?
I saw the Korean one with the dragons and everything.
I thought that was Beijing. Chinese.
I've seen Busan.
Okay. What was the same one I saw? Is it the one where the dragon's going up into the circle and there's fireworks coming down?
Yes.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Yes, Busan always puts on an amazing drone show.
My God.
But I know because there's only, I'm trying to remember with that interview now, there's 100, is there 100 drones in the Universal one? I think. Sounds about right. No, I think there's only 100. I might be wrong. It's either 100 or 300. I want to say 100. We shall see. It'll be interesting to see when they come back.
But it's funny, isn't it? Because what did I say? What would be cute? And I realise now it wouldn't, because it would be a signifier of something going wrong. What would be cute if you had one drone that was like, like personified, distracted, and kept having to play catch up and run to get to its spot. But in hindsight, with everything that's going on, that wouldn't be funny at the moment.
Not at all, because people would think, "Oh, hang on, yeah."
So.
It's a shame, but if Universal weren't ordered to do it, then I would have thought they would have done it anyway.
I agree.
Risks.
Especially if it's the same company and everything.
Yeah.
You got to think it's the same tech.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Same security.
Yep.
Never if it was a hack.
Yeah. I'm sure that their insurances were straight onto them as well, just to make sure, because nobody needs that litigation.
No, not in a major theme park.
No. You want us to cover your new park, you better take these down.
Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of security, what is that about the UK site not working?
So for a while now, if I try to get on universalorlando.com, it automatically redirects me to universalorlando.co.uk, which means anyone over here doesn't have access to annual passes or anything like that. So I have a VPN. So even if I use...
No, we don't.
Even if I use a VPN aren't illegal, they're all right.
No. Okay.
Right? So even if I set my VPN to United States, it still won't let me on universalorlando.com. So I have to set it to Bermuda.
At least you only got to B in the alphabet going through all the countries.
I just went somewhere near that wasn't in the US, right? Is where I figured it, just out of curiosity. And that I can now get on universalorlando.com. It's very strange.
Did you try in private browsing and then the VPN? Because there may have been like a cookie or something.
It's the same. I've done all that. I've wiped cookies, all the rest of it. It will not let you on. It's very strange. I think they want to force people. I think they don't want people from the UK buying annual passes. They want to force them into going through ticket sites over here and then maybe upgrading when they're over there. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's not the way to go about
why?
Absolutely not.
I don't know why.
Or you can just reach out to Portkey Vacations or your trusty travel agent, and they can
that's what we did.
Yeah,
that's very true. And they all have VPNs. So.
Yeah.
Michelle uses her VPN from Portofino.
No UPN needed, just a credit card.
A UPN?
I mean VPN.
What's
it's
a
the
UPN?
1% version.
All right. The ultimate private
Ultimate
network.
private network.
the VIP pin.
Oh, man. I've missed
Brilliant.
this.
In a while, guys.
Oh, God. I'm trying to think what else. Green, eggs, and ham. That sign going is surely not a case that it's going, because the day we went with Kelly, that thing was rammed. It was rammed. I must have waited. We'd ordered what? So Kelly had ordered some like dairy-free ones, hadn't she?
Which normally takes longer.
And we got 2 lots of buffalo tots, and I swear I was in line for half an hour.
Right. He did also step out and away.
No, I'm supposed to step where? It doesn't matter. They take your name or whatever, and then shout out when they come. And I stood there. There was people.
He was talking to loads of people.
I was talking to a girl who was a part of the opening team for Helios, which was interesting. Her and her father, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm working as the opening team of Helios." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, now here, have a podcast sticker." I did that a lot on this trip.
We did pimp a lot of those out.
But yeah, it was chock-a-block. It really was.
I don't know why it takes so long to get tots out.
I know.
Blows my mind.
Yeah. It's always been the same, though, hasn't it, since it opened?
I mean,
yeah.
It's like you see, I mean, there must have literally been 40 people there.
Oh, it was
easily.
It was rammed.
So you see that many people, whoever's in the kitchen, you start just filling bowls with tots.
Because the tots
and
are
the basics.
tots, aren't
And it's
they?
just the topping you put on.
Yeah, you big fryer, just popping out tots and just putting on buffalo chicken, whatever it is that you're ordering.
My brain went to a very different place when you start talking about
I
popping
know,
out
that's
tots.
why I kind of stuttered. We're all in the gutter here, guys.
I'm trying to think, what else? That early park admission thing's a bit weird. I don't understand why they wouldn't want... Surely the idea of letting non-EPA guests in is they can still spend money in port of entry, and now you're taking people out of that.
I did not know that we could have been in port of entry for an hour beforehand.
We never went anywhere near the parks for early entry.
All I've wanted to do is just be able to linger in port of entry.
We had earlier park entry, though, if we'd have been able to go in. Because it's weird, I didn't realise that not all the annual passes give you early park admission.
I didn't even know they did early park admission. That's interesting.
So,
that's just never there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The seasonal pass doesn't. I think the seasonal and the power
Chris
pass.
doesn't realise the park opens before lunchtime.
Yeah, he thought the opening
I was
hours
going
were
to say,
12
he
till
announced
7.
that permanent pass holder entrance.
Till
It
noon.
stops at noon. I'm like, still not going to use it then.
But yeah, apparently is it the 2 bottom passes, Michelle? I know the seasonal definitely doesn't.
I don't remember. Honestly, I never do early park admission either.
We only did because we went for the Grinch breakfast. We went to the earliest I think we've ever been in Islands of Adventure. We were there like 8 o'clock. I was tired.
That was a day.
Well, we all did together.
No, this last time.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna give a little guess as to why they're doing it this way. I know that there's been a lot of issues because there are other ticketing products that give you that EPA. One of them, it used to be, it's not this way anymore, but it used to be that if you bought your tickets, even if it wasn't part of a package, but if you bought your tickets through a travel agent, that ticket would come with EPA. And they, depending on the person that was letting you in to the park that day, they would say, no, that's not valid. Yes, it is valid, whatever. And they would have to get like management involved or whatever. So I'm guessing they're implementing some type of a scanning system for all of those other products that offer that. Okay. And the other question is, have you guys so the old way, you scan your ticket, you go in, and then they have like several team members just kind of standing there at the entrance
checking
of
tickets.
Seuss Landing, just kind of wave your
hotel room key or card or your pass,
and they just kind of let you through, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen any team member chase somebody down because they...
So here you go then. Kelly, Tracy's co-host at Taste of Universal, when earlier on in the year, she has a seasonal pass. The first day she went, they let her through. The second day she went, they pulled her up and told her she couldn't go in. And she was like, but I thought I got early park admission with my seasonal pass. I literally was here yesterday and they let me into the park. And no, you either need to be a hotel guest or something else, whatever it was. And they wouldn't let her in. I think they ended up getting...
That was at the gate or at Seuss Landing?
That was at Seuss Landing. So they actually let her... They got a management out because the girl Kelly said it was a whole thing. They ended up getting a manager out and said, really, you're not allowed in, but just because of all the hassle, we'll let you go in this time. But... Yeah, so that's my guess, is that they're
making it so that the gate people that have the scanners
Makes
are
sense.
able to verify that
Yeah.
stuff. And then they don't even need to employ those people to stand guard.
That makes
because what are you
sense.
going to do? I mean, they're like,
Tackle them.
somebody wants to try to squeeze past, or
Yeah.
they can. I mean, how many freaking old room keys do I have?
Yeah.
I've never had anybody actually look at the dates. They're just like talking to each other, like, okay, yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
as long as you flash a room key card, they'll just go, oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Strange.
Have we just given a bad hack away there?
No.
Not
No,
anymore.
because they've stopped it now, haven't they?
All right, yeah.
So it's, yeah.
Save it for behind the scenes.
I think well, the point we've just been talking about, Chris, is the fact that they've stopped that because they're now scanning at the front of the park.
Oh, okay.
all right.
Well,
Chris and I aren't well, but not paying attention.
correct.
Yeah.
Have we heard any more about Epic with like when they're going to allow military freedom passes to go to Epic or even APs?
Michelle, you're the travel agent.
Well,
I don't know what you think
I
we
haven't.
know
Have
more
you?
than... No.
I've not heard
So
anything about.
Michelle, reach out to Port Key Vacations.
I've heard Nicole
Run the
Singleton.
ad.
Nicole's the one to reach out to. She knows everything.
I would only hear once it's official. I wouldn't hear rumblings.
Yeah.
I
like
haven't
you
heard
meant.
anything. No.
I've been in the lurking in all of the online pages and things recently, and there's been nothing in there that I've seen.
No.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because I have some people that like aren't purchasing their military packages for 2025 because they want to go to Epic and they don't
fair.
know
Because it's...
what's going on.
I've seen a lot of
If I
people...
hear anything, I'll let you know.
I've seen a lot of people complaining as annual pass holders that you can only buy tickets up to the end of June, is it, or July? And people are going, well, we're not going till September, and I can't get a pass holder, as a pass holder, can't get a ticket for Epic past July or June, whichever it is, which is odd.
That's not true because I have clients that are going in September.
If you go on the pass holder thing to buy that one, like the 1 day pass holder things, the dates shown only go up as far as it's either the end of
Is that
June or
because
the
the
end of
current
July.
allocation is filled?
No, because it's not all sold out, but it only
Okay.
goes as far as the end of July. Because I've looked myself just out of curiosity.
Let's
So as a
change
pass
for some
holder,
reason.
you can't go on that site and book a ticket past, again, I can't remember which it is, either June or July. Which is odd.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe
that's-
Epic's only a short-term thing.
That's
They're gonna
not
close
true.
it.
I purchased some for one of my clients, and
Michelle.
he's going at the end of August.
I literally was on the website
Right.
yesterday.
Have you thought that maybe it was open and
No,
then
but
they've
I'm
gone-
just saying, but that it's not due to it because it was never available.
But as a person,
Because-
you can't go on there now and buy a ticket for later in the year.
maybe they've pulled that option.
Because you're doing
Yeah,
a different
maybe.
system, right, Michelle?
No, those I had to book through the regular website.
Interesting.
So I don't know why they would have pulled that unless they're getting ready to, like, they've given AP holders their chance, and now they're, because they have sent out some communication saying, even to us, saying, you know, there's still inventory for those AP tickets.
Yes.
You better get them soon. So maybe they're starting to pull that inventory to allot it back down to the general public.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Maybe hope so.
And maybe they're also, again, gearing up for the holiday season at that time, where people are doing their Horror Nights packages, holiday packages, and they're going to start slapping, Epic tickets into there.
Maybe.
Make a larger package.
Yeah.
That's what she likes.
Well, I kind of hope that's good news that they're allotting it back to GP, because
Yes, because
I've got a ton of people waiting for that stuff too.
don't we know?
Yes. Okay. Well,
Let's just leave it at there right now.
Burr.
yep.
It won't be a burr, it'll be an A.
That's not difficult to work out.
Well, I mean, when does the park open? It's not difficult to work out when we're looking for tickets for, to be fair.
We're going in a Y month.
Hey,
January,
you say?
February, May, July. That's it.
There's
Anyway,
only one that ends in A.
September.
That's why Mission chooses a Y month. Anyway, come on, Chris. We've got a lot more to get to, so
Are we done beating down Lotto things?
I think so. I don't think there's anything else major in there, is there?
Nope.
Just
Let's go for it.
Dr. Grew's salad, that's all.
Yeah. We've covered all the food stuff on Taste. Go and listen to it there.
We went to Dr. Grew's. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick ad break. We'll be right back.
I wish to go to Universal.
Off you go. We'll meet at the edge of the Forbidden Forest.
Where can our vacation wizards take you? Just tap the port key at portkeyvacations.com and let the magic begin.
Welcome back. All right. Now it is time for a Which Stick Gets Your Lick, and this one comes from Shana.
I've been given the impossible task to keep this family friendly. So why is the segment name so rich with double entendre? We all know what you're trying to say with the segment name that you picked. I'm not even gonna go there, so which stick gets your lick?
Which stick gets your lick? Oh, hell yeah. Lick it, baby.
Hi everyone, this is Shana and I'm currently sat in the baking hot sun in Universal Studios. And I'm finally happy that after many, many years I can now contribute to one of these rankings. So I've gone out specifically to take part in Which Stick Gets My Lick, and I've sampled the coconut and the Vector orange cream. Creamsicle? Well, it's the orange one with a V. So let's start with the coconut one. I'm a big fan of coconut. I'm that weird person who really likes Bounties and coconut rum and Malibu. So I was really upset when I had the coconut as my first pick because it tasted like a real coconut. So if you're a fan of real coconut, it'd be perfect for you. It's a lot more coconut milky, coconut watery, not very sweet at all. So I kind of struggled to get through it. So it was kind of So I'd give that a 2 out of 5. Mostly because it just cooled me down on a hot day. But I was a bit disappointed with that one. That's my own fault. The second one was the Vector orange cream, and wasn't what I expected at all. It wasn't very orangey. If anything, the outside shell is white chocolatey and the rest of the bar just tasted white chocolatey to me. It was much better than the coconut one, but there wasn't much flavour in it, to be honest, but I did enjoy it more, and I give that 4 out of 5. So, yep, that's my rankings, and I'm so pleased to finally take part, having never tried a bend the bow or recommending my favourite toilets. So I'm really feeling part of the UUOP family now. So thanks so much, and speak to you soon.
Thank you, Shana. Also, I love the way you say coconut.
I felt the same.
It's so proper. I love it.
Shana's got that accent that I feel that most Americans think British people talk like. She's got one of those British accents. Very well spoken, not like us.
Very.
Yes, we've had Shana on the show before. She was a guest host a long time ago.
Nice. Tracy, would you like to tell everybody how they can be part of Which Stick Gets Your Lick?
Of course. Want to hear yourself on the podcast? Joining with Which Stick Gets Your Lick is super easy. Here's what you need to do.
You're going to head over to Freeze Ray Pops in Minionland at Universal Studios Florida and sample as many of the popsicles as you'd like.
After you've tried them, record yourself rating each one on a scale of 1 to 5. 1 being,
oh, hell no.
And 5 being,
oh, hell yeah.
And send your recordings to us at podcast@uuopodcast.com.
And for the best experience and sound, record your thoughts while you're still in the park. Next to Rip Ride Rocket, which is where it sounded like Shana was.
Yeah.
Which is, kind of interesting.
Okay.
Well, we haven't discussed it yet, so...
No.
Okay. So a lot of these we're going to cover in more detail next week, but we wanted to touch on some things we haven't discussed since recording our last new show.
Oh, Michelle.
Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket will be closing in early September to make way for a new experience. Whoop, whoop.
Shocking.
Could you play an oh hell yeah on that, please?
Oh, hell yeah.
Everyone needs to get in on the post in the Producers Club because there's a bit of a petition there to get Michelle to ride it before it closes.
Good luck.
I'm happy I did ride it when we were over in December. I'm hoping that if we do get out in May, I will get to ride it again because I actually really enjoyed it.
In May.
In May. I'll just bleep it. Everyone knows when the we're coming out. It's not a secret, is it?
Let me give that some thought, and I will figure out what it would take to get me on Rip Ride Rocket before it closes.
Handcuffs.
Hey, nothing kinky.
Anyway,
it's unfortunate though because it's such a good ride, but
I enjoy
once you get past that lift hill,
on the lift hill is just
Honestly,
it supersedes the enjoyment I have on that ride.
I really enjoyed it, and the girl next to me was having a block. Because I single rided it. The girl next to me was screaming all the way around. It was fun. I liked it. A new experience.
Getting heart palpitations just thinking about it.
I want to plug, like, have a needle in Seth's thoughts, but from what the rumours are, it's the Fast and Furious coaster that's going in over at Hollywood is what's going in there.
That's the strongest rumour. You mean not Ghostbusters, or what was the other thing I heard?
I had a bit of an argument on social media with someone the other day, but let's just leave it at that.
Didn't your cab driver know what's going in there?
Yeah.
Our Uber driver, he probably did know. We should have asked him.
Yeah. He goes, I got the inside scoop on this one.
Speaking of things that might be, that probably are leaving, Disney has apparently been surveying guests about their interest in The Simpsons coming to Disney parks. That's going to be weird.
Yeah.
Very
weird. I don't think The Simpsons feels like a Disney.
No, it doesn't.
Thing.
I don't know how it would fit.
Strange, isn't it?
Do they have anything?
That's what she said.
Do they have anything in their parks that isn't their own creation?
Technically Marvel
and Star Wars.
Yeah, but I haven't seen those, so they're not in my head. I haven't seen a bit of Star Wars. But yeah.
But The Simpsons is so raunchy.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the vibe of The Simpsons doesn't feel like...
It doesn't feel Disney.
Doesn't match. Yeah, I don't see it.
It will be interesting to see what they do. Because apparently guest surveys have been quite favourable. But I won't be sad to see it go. Yeah.
They turn Soarin' into the same ride.
That would be funny. Where would they put it? I have no idea. Hollywood Studios, I guess.
I mean, what's the most oddest property that they own and have in the parks? That would be close to Simpsons.
I mean, there isn't anything really, is there?
That's what I'm trying to think.
I guess it would have to be
Muppets?
It'd have to be Hollywood Studios over by Muppets, but that's already being slated for Monsters.
Yeah,
Monsters Inc.
Yeah. They just do an expansion. Take over Star Wars. No one cares about that.
Oh, shut up.
Well, they do have the whole, why can't I think of the name? The ship, the hotel thing.
Oh, yeah, Star Wars, the Galactic Star Cruiser.
Galactic Star Cruiser. Yeah, they got that whole area.
For the 0.5%.
Yeah, and it's got to be close enough to the park because the whole benefit of that was like having a seamless journey, wasn't it, to Batuu? So, yeah, I guess it could kind of work.
God, can you imagine just like leveling that though after all the money they spent on it and only had it open for like a year and a half?
I mean, what else?
That whole thing was crazy, wasn't it?
Very strange.
Crazy. I don't know. Maybe it's a Disneyland thing.
Maybe. There's nothing to say they'll put it in Disney World.
Maybe it's DLP.
Or the Villains. They're discussing doing a Villains park.
No, it's a Villains land, isn't it? Not a Villains park. Anyway, it's Disney.
I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah. We shall see.
So what's going into Universal? What's the rumor there? Pokemon?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be mad.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah, that works.
I'm neither excited or not excited about. I've never played Pokemon, so it's not my thing at all. But
it's really good.
I loved it. Based on Pokemon Yellow, and I'll be happy. That was my favourite. Yeah.
Krista and Audrey play Pokemon Go constantly when we're at Universal.
Right. Give Kids the World are hosting a Universally 90s event at Universal Orlando on Saturday, February 1st, 2025, to celebrate Give Kids the World and Universal Orlando Resort's 30-year partnership. And the event includes a block party at Universal City Walk with all-inclusive food, drinks and entertainment, exclusive after-hours attraction access in Hogsmeade, including Forbidden Journey, Hagrid's and Flight of the Hippogriff. And this event will sell out, so get your tickets while they last at gktw.org/r/universally and do it, because it'll be amazing. And it's
for the best charity going, quite honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, we've just done our annual donation through the Producers Club there, which we've been doing for nearly 10 years now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. The tickets, I think I had a quick look. I think they're going at like between $300 and $500, so it ain't cheap, but
good cause.
It was nice of them to invite us out there.
I don't think they'd do that to
volunteer.
We can keep that in, Universal. Just send us some tickets.
As Seth kind of mentioned it earlier on UOAP days, the amount of comments we say when I post UOAP stuff, like a UOAP annual pass holder entrance year round. Someone commented that I keep seeing UUOP and thinking it's in UUOP. So UUOP are getting a dedicated entrance into Hands of Adventure.
That would be amazing. Producers Club skyrockets.
UOAP days
I just think that's pensioners that want to go in the parks.
OAPs.
Yeah.
It will include Jesus, UOP days have begun again at Universal Orlando, and they will be running through January 6th through January 31st, and will include the stuff you usually get. Like there's a free lanyard which looks pretty cool, there's exclusive menu items and dining locations, and early park admission at Volcano Bay, there's discounts and more, and it's cool because they don't have to do it.
Yeah.
That's really nice to have early park admission into Volcano Bay in January.
Oh yeah, when it's going to be closed. Seth even said it earlier.
19 degrees.
Yeah, but Seth even said earlier that it's probably going to be closed a lot over this month as well.
100%. There's a giant cold front coming in that's going to take Florida out. So
love it.
I like how there's like news stories floating social media about like, are we going to see snow at the Magic Kingdom? And it's like, anything under 70 degrees will close Volcano Bay. That's not quite snow worthy, but okay.
No. I've been seeing articles of what will Disney do when the snow comes? It's just like...
I saw a clickbait the other day. Is this the first time the Magic Kingdom will close due to weather? No.
No.
Oh, dear.
Okay. Tracy, can you hit us with some more Producers Club birthdays?
I can indeed. Okay, last lot of birthdays for this show. We'll kick off on January the 9th with Kelly Sarmiento's birthday. Happy birthday, Kelly!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Kelly.
And on the 11th, it's Whitney Pop's birthday. Happy birthday, Whitney!
Happy birthday! It's an awesome name.
Happy birthday!
Very cool. Happy birthday, Whitney Pop.
And on the 13th, it's Sophie Dotson's birthday. Happy birthday, Sophie!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday,
and
Sophie.
Good luck, Sophie. These guys don't know. I haven't told them yet something that's going on, but good luck. Check your email. I'll tell you after. I'll tell you. I'll tell you in the bonus behind the scenes episode.
Okay. And last but by no means least, on the 19th, it's Lauren Sunby's birthday. Happy birthday, Lauren!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Wishing everybody celebrating.
Happy birthday.
Wishing everybody celebrating a very happy birthday and lots of cake.
Yeah. We had lots and lots of cake for Tracy's birthday.
We did.
Everyone took a lot of it home.
I didn't get one piece.
Well, that's your own fault for turning up late then, isn't it?
No, it's your fault for changing the venue.
I didn't change the venue. We were kind of... I blame Ian Kaufman. It was his fault. That's why we ended up over there.
I'm not complaining. I ended up with some great old fashions.
You should have been there from the start.
3 of them, to be
it's not my fault you still turned
5 of them in total, actually. Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, what a good party.
It was
so
right,
good.
So
we'll have another birthday.
Yeah, it's my 50th this year.
It is?
Okay, I guess we'll see you guys again in Burr.
Yeah.
It won't be the same Burr, but yeah.
All right, we're going to wrap up the results of the Listener Ultimate Ride ranking. The Producers Club submitted their scores, and we created a listener ranking in reverse order.
This is for Hands of Adventure, by the way, because obviously we wrapped ours up. Producers Club got involved. This is their rankings for Hands of Adventure. And I will say, not a million miles away from where we had stuff.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So first off, we have Stormforce Accelatron.
Which is Lee's new favourite ride.
I rode it for the first
coming
time.
in last, Stormforce Accelatron. So, did you like it, Lee?
I didn't mind it, actually.
It's his favorite ride.
I even spun it a bit.
It killed me to have to sit on my hands.
I was very nervous. I mean, there's video on social media of me on it because Kelly couldn't resist recording me on it. But it wasn't bad, actually. I quite enjoyed it.
Sometimes he just loves going to the park and riding that and Fast and Furious and calling it a day.
I would do with that. To be fair, we didn't ride a lot each. Anyway,
yes. And then next we have One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish.
That's where we had it. And then next up we have Flight of the Hippogriff.
So after Flight of the Hippogriff is Carasuso.
Next we have Dr. Doom's Fearfall.
And then it's Cat in the Hat.
Next up we have Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls.
And then High in the Sky, Seuss Trolley Rain Ride. Oh my God.
What up?
High in the Sky, Seuss Trolley Train Ride.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little upset how low Cat in the Hat is, but I'll let it go.
Especially where we had them.
I know. Next up, we have Popeye and Bluto's Bilge Rat Barges.
Followed by the Incredible Hulk coaster.
Next up is Jurassic Park River Adventure.
And then Skull Island Reign of Kong.
And then we have at number 4, Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure.
Wow.
Yeah. And at number 3, The Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man.
And coming in at number 2 is the Jurassic World Velocicoaster.
And number 1 is Harry Potter and the freaking Forbidden Journey.
So that top 4 is exactly how we had it.
The top 4 is the same as us?
Yep.
Yeah.
What is wrong with us?
I don't know.
I did not put Forbidden Journey at number 1.
When we ranked it all, we had Forbidden Journey as number 1.
I remember
and
us being...
Velocicoaster 2, Spider-Man 3, Hagrid's 4.
Yeah. I remember us being shocked at Forbidden Journey being first.
And again, right? So I've said this before when we do our Halloween Horror Nights house rankings. You can't argue when you get so many. I think we had 33 of the Producers Club members got involved. So when I've done the Halloween Horror Nights ones, you reach a point and it's about 20 or 25 people when it doesn't really make any difference to the overall position of things. So 33 is a decent amount that they are where they are. And if you look at what we did when we broke them down into their different elements, I don't think you could argue that Forbidden Journey's top.
I mean, look, the top 4, I think, makes sense if you came to the park for the first time and have never ridden any of these, right? But if you're like any one of us who have gone so many times, I just wouldn't have it this way. But I agree with what you're saying, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know when's the last time I rode Forbidden Journey. That's how much I don't ride it.
We rode it about 3 weeks ago.
So based on that knowledge, because I mean, you saw my first reaction to this top 4, right? That's crazy. If you just asked me like, what are your top 4 rides at Islands, that would not be what it is. But like you said, Lee, when you break it down into those categories, this is what happens. So I'm going to ask your permission to steal this format for Rush of Fear and us do an official ranking like this every year for HHN.
Okay.
I think that's an amazing idea.
I think it's a great idea.
Okay. Because like we always do rankings, right? We do like our hype list versus our end of year rankings. But I think this would be very interesting to see for HHN.
Because you could do like facade, scares, theming, music. Yeah, you could break it down into some really interesting smells. It would work. It would
work really well.
Arguably, it would work better for Horror Nights than it would work for the attractions in the park.
Yeah, I think so. Cool.
Okay, cool.
Yay.
Cool. All right. That is going to wrap up the podcast. Now, don't forget, we want you to rate the Freeze Ray Pops and send in your recordings, as well as sending us your How Bad is Fast and Furious Supercharged jokes. You can send all of that to us at podcast@uuopodcast.com. But for this week, Kayla Roebuck sent in, Fast and Furious Supercharged is so bad.
How bad is it?
Fast and Furious Supercharged is so bad, Lee Malaby suggested they replace the ride with a tour of Portofino Bay's oversized bathrooms. More space, more thrills. Until next week. Talk to you then.
Are you insane? Get out of here. The curse, it's real. The podcast is over. So, the Magi want you to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Pinterest. Just search UUO Podcast. For all the podcast news and articles, check out our blog at uuopodcast.com. Contact us by emailing us at podcast@uuopodcast.com. And if you want to join the Producers Club, email us at uuopproducers@gmail.com. Silence! With your subscriptions, we shall rule for all eternity. Listen and subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Not even the Magi can save you now. There is no escape. Your end shall be my beginning. Prepare yourself for your next trip by emailing Michelle at portkeyvacations.com. She can take care of all aspects of your next Universal Orlando vacation. We hope you enjoyed your podcast. Please remain seated and keep your arms and legs inside the Prepare to Forfeit Your Souls. Check out the other podcasts on the UUOP network. Rush of Fear, Halloween Horror Nights podcast, the theme park duo for all your West Coast news and info, the Taste of Universal, Universal Orlando Food podcast, and the newest podcast on the network, the Portkey Passport, our Disney-centric podcast. So hey, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. I would have enjoyed this podcast a lot more if I had gotten my cup of coffee.